Welcome back to another episode of 6th grade math. So we are going to quickly go over solving one-step equations. We have already learned this, so this is going to be a quick review. So you already know the opposite of everything, so I am going to move right on into example number 1. So the first thing we need to know is that we are going to draw our line down the equal sign, and we are trying to get the x by itself. So I'm going to circle what I'm moving. So I need to get this plus 15 over to the other side. So what we are going to add is we are going to make a do and undo chart. So that on this side we are doing something, and then we're going to undo it on this side. So that means I'm going to take that plus 15, and that's what we are doing. That's what is happening. So to undo a positive 15 or an adding 15, the opposite would be a negative 15. So this is just going to kind of help us relay what we're doing. So if I have a plus 15, I have to do it opposite, which is a minus 15. So that means my x is here, and if I take away that 15, those essentially cancel out. So that means I need to come over here and take away 15, but we also know that this is not going to work. That is going to give me a negative, and 15 minus 6 is 9. Again, you could use your positive negative table. So you have a positive 6 and a negative 15, negative wins. Okay, so again, just quickly going through that part, we are really focusing on this new piece, which is our do and undo. So this right here is what's new. All right, gonna move on to example 2. So again, on this one, I am going to draw my line down my equal sign. This time, my letter is C, and it's on the opposite side. So my C has to stay over here. We struggle with that. My C has to stay on the same side. So what I'm moving is this minus 13.5. So I am going to make my do and undo chart. So I do and undo. So what am I doing? What is happening? Oh, I have a negative 13.5. So the opposite, the way to undo that would be a positive 13.5. So that means to get rid of it, I have to take it to the other side. So I have 21 plus 13.5. Okay. If I wanted to write that long ways, it could be written like this, plus 13.5. And then when we add decimals, we know we have to line those decimals up. So this is technically a 21.0 and 13.5. We line those decimals up. I get 5.43. So 34.5. All right, moving on down here. We have example 3. So this time my letter is still on this side, so it's going to stay over there. And this time I have to ask myself, what's happening between the 3 and the k? We know when a number is next to a letter, that is multiplication. So this is 3 times k. Okay, so when we are moving it, we are doing the opposite of multiplication, not the opposite of a positive. So in my do undo chart, my do undo, what am I doing? I am multiplying by 3. So the opposite of multiplying by 3 would be dividing by 3. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to divide by 3, which means I can write it like a fraction. Or for my Desmos friends, we would need to type it sideways like this. And then we would need to use our integer man. I have a positive and a negative, and that divided would be 6.5, so negative 6.5. All right, let's look at our last one. So on this one, my letter is on this side, so it can stay. So I have F equals. Okay, and I'm going to circle what I'm moving. We know a fraction means to divide. So let's make our do undo chart. Okay, and a fraction means to divide. So I'm dividing by 20. So to undo division, we do multiplication. So that would be multiplying by 20. So that means over here, I'm going to multiply by 20. And again, I need my integer man because I have a negative. So my answer would be negative 120. So essentially the only thing we are really adding in is that do and undo chart, and that just kind of helps us realize what is happening and what the opposite of that is.